What up, YouTube? Today we will be talking about You. You is a show on Netflix, have 4 seasons, and it's about a guy who falls too deep in love with several women. And the reason why I say so deep is because the fact that his type of love is type I don't even know how to explain it. It's just basically he will do anything for the girls that he is in love with for the season, or for, like, basically it's been different type of girls, but it's not because he always switch girls. It's only because certain things happen. There will be a lot of spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, go and watch the show and come back and watch this YouTube, well, this video. But there will be a lot of spoilers, and I think it's a good show. I like the show. I watched all 4 seasons. I like the show, and today I'm going to be talking about his love interest. So basically, Joe is a character that falls too deeply in love, and you will do anything for the woman. In fact, the book that is based off is called All for You, which to me I think it's kind of a better title than You. I'm not sure. I mean, but either way, he would do anything for these girls. So when obstacles come his way, he will get rid of those obstacles. Keyword: get rid of them, and he would basically he will kill them. He'll kill whoever gets in his way of getting the girl. So I'm gonna break down who is his best love interest throughout the 4 seasons. And to me, the person is Kate, the last person that he actually was with so far. I don't know if they're gonna make another season, but it seems like it's done. I'm not sure, but it landed with Kate being the last girl, and I think she's the best girl for him, and I'm gonna explain why. Please like, comment, subscribe to your boy, and also wait until the end of the video, because I'm gonna explain why Kate is the best love interest for Joe. So let's start with the first one. The first season starts with Gwyneth Beck. And I start with Gwyneth Beck because I think Gwyneth Beck is the worst, or she's one of the worst love interests that he have in the show. The reason why, I mean, when I first saw Beck, and I watched the show in the first season, I thought she was pretty. At first, I thought they probably look good together. I thought she was gonna be the girl throughout the whole show, but we quickly see a lot of flaws in Beck. Well, the first thing is the friends that she keep close to her. To me, I don't think she know how to choose people. Her friends, she wants approval for all her friends, because all of them is basically rich. Meanwhile, she's basically not rich at all. She met them in I think college, and they are not good friends, or at least they're not good. They're not good enough for you to be seeking their approval at every decision you make. You have to go back to your friends. I mean, like, we all do some point, go back to our friends, but she does it on another level. Peach, one of her friends, was an obstacle for Joe because she actually liked Beck without Beck really putting together the pieces. And I feel like, in a way, Beck didn't want to. Because sometimes I think when somebody likes you, but Peach liked her secretly because of her parents. She don't want to actually admit it, or bring it to light that she likes girls, or she liked Beck. After that, she tried her best to keep Joe away from Beck, which was a bad thing to do because Joe gets rid of his obstacles, and he had to get rid of her too. So she ended up getting killed, the way. So if for me, I feel like if they was to continue, she would continue making friends, and without her really having a good judgment of friends, she would continue to give Joe problems, and Joe would have to continue to keep removing obstacles. Not only that, she's not loyal, she cheats repeatedly. Like, unlike, well, I think Joe did cheat twice, but normally he stays with the girl that he have interest for, and she for her he didn't cheat, but she was cheating on him from the start. From like they were still dating, they was just dating, and she was still on Tinder. She cheated with the a random bartender who gave a weak either a comment or he was trying to risk her up, but that shit was weak as fuck. But yet she still let him smash. And then on top of that, who fixed the bed? Joe. Simp. She don't know how to choose people that's around her. Even the boyfriend Benji, her ex, who would constantly keep cheating on her, and also so happened to be from a rich family. He would constantly cheat on her, and she would constantly bring him back and have sex with him, etc., etc. So he was also an obstacle for Joe. Gotta get rid of him. And then not only that, after a while, Beck had broke up with Joe. And then when Joe found another girl, which was Karen, she basically helped Joe cheat on her by having sex with Joe. So she's not really a good influence at all. Not only that, she wouldn't have accepted Joe for who he was. You know, once you date a person for a while, you end up showing them who you really are. Even if you chose to hide it in the beginning, it's gonna come out at some point. And for Joe, it actually did, and she didn't accept him for who he was. So either way, even if it went longer than it actually did, she wouldn't have accepted him for who he was. So it was a lose-lose anyway. It was a lose-lose situation. But this is why I think Beck is not a good match for Joe. And the second person is Karen. In season 1, he had went with Karen after the breakup with Beck, and Karen seemed to be pretty. I think she was pretty good, even for Joe. She was pretty good, I think. To me, she was a good candidate. The thing that makes her a bad one, because Joe is the type of person who likes the person, and he wants the person to also really like him. And Karen, she basically when he revealed that he cheated on her and that he's breaking up with her, she didn't really. After the first, I think the first sentence she said, which was, I think, like, "You're breaking up with me," but other than that, she didn't really put up a fight to leave or anything like that. I don't know. Low-key, I think she knew who Joe was. Maybe she looked in the ceiling, but yet was like sneaky enough or good enough to put it back. Because she said something to Beck was kind of weird. Like, it seems like she either knew or the writers was giving us a heads up to what's to come for Beck. But either way, it seemed like Karen knew who Joe was, and she played a part. So when he said, "Hey, we're breaking up," she got out there fast. Like, she got all her shit. She didn't want to come back. She got out there fast. At first, I thought it was she just She was just like, hey, it happens, right? But when she went to confront Beck, I was like, maybe she knows something. And the treasure trophy he has was in the bathroom on top of the so she could have seen it.
Karen, hi. Do you work around here? Nah, just walking around the block. I won't keep you. I just had to say thank you. I owe you. For what? Turns out you're my get out of jail free card. You showed me who he really is. And that is? Besides a liar and a cheater. I really have to go. Of course. Just be careful. I got a feeling you know Candace. Okay, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Hey, look, I couldn't fill in the X shoes either. Whoever this girl is, she's still got her claws in him. Well, this has been fun. You got to play the spiteful ex. Let's just say goodbye. Yeah, I'm sure you two will be fine. Of course, you gotta know. What he did to me, one of these days, he's gonna do to you. Or worse. Maybe he'll do whatever the hell he did to Candace. Enjoy it while it lasts, Beck.
But either way, because she didn't put up a fight, uh, Beck, I mean, Karen was not a good candidate because even if things had went further, I don't think Joe would have really liked her because of it. And plus, I don't think she would, if she realized who Joe was, she wouldn't have, she wouldn't have accepted him either. So, we all know when we're in a relationship, we want the person to accept us for who we are. So, her and Beck not being able to do so, what's gonna happen to them. He's gonna have to get rid of them like he did with Beck. So the next girl is Candace, number 3. To me, Candace was the worst love interest for Joe. I think like I don't even know how they got together. Like really got together. They showed like how they met, but they didn't show how, like who asked who out or whatever. Because it didn't seem like she really liked him. It seemed like she was using him for the moment. Because she ended up cheating on him with her producer. He had to get rid of that person. I think that was. It seemed like it was like either the first, not the first. It wasn't the first person, but it was. I think the first person he killed for a girl. The way it seemed, it made him seem like it was his first kill. But she did all that. She lied to the Quinn family to get revenge on Joe. She tried everything to take him down and expose him after making his life miserable. So she even locked him up in when she followed them in the, what's that called? Anyway, I forgot what it's called, but she locked him in too, and then she called Love on him for she could expose him. So she did everything she can to expose this man, and that's why she ended up getting killed at the end, and that's why they would never have, kind of made it. Plus, he almost tried to kill her. So, well, he didn't. He didn't. It was a misunderstanding, but she did get cracked and then buried. So, either way, the fourth person is Love. Love Quinn was in season 2. She was the next love. I mean, yeah, she was the next love interest he fell in love with her, but he tried to push her away. But he did fall in love with her eventually. After a while, he ended up finding out that she is not who she says or seems to be. She's uh she's a killer also. When I found that out, I thought that she was gonna be the best love interest, to be honest. But it didn't seem like when Joe found that out, he was very disgusted. Love had killed Delilah, and Joe thinking that because he was under the influence, he thought that he killed Delilah by accident, but it was actually love. She actually manipulated Joe the whole season, making Joe fall in love with her. And it was basically like how Joe did to Beck, she did to him. Like she manipulated the situation to get him and her closer. And she killed Candace. She killed her brother's lover in the past when he was younger, and lied to Joe about it, making up another story that her brother had accidentally killed the girl, but it was actually her. And she tried to frame Delilah's sister for killing Delilah. Well, she planned it on framing. She planned on framing her sister. Also, in season 3, she kills Joe's next. It seemed like it was gonna be Joe's next fling, which is Natalie. She killed Natalie. She attacks a resident because he didn't get his kids vaccinated, which caused her kid to get the measles. She attacked him, and because of their efforts, led him to commit suicide. She cheated on Joe with Natalie's stepson, not once, but twice. She exposed the fact that she killed Natalie in front of guests, which they had to take care of afterwards. They didn't kill them, but they locked them up, and a lot of crazy shit happened after that. She wanted to kill Marianne when she found out that Joe killed Marianne's baby father to be with Marianne. Basically, she poisoned Joe. She exposed Joe to Marianne, telling Marianne that Joe is actually a killer. She weaponized her kids. She did a lot of stuff, man. She did a lot of stuff, man. Cause she was there for like 2 seasons. The first season, she wasn't really that bad. She was actually pretty good until we found out that she killed Delilah, and then things started. From there, it started getting a little bit bad, and then in season 3, just like we end up realizing as the audience, I would assume, realized that she have an impulse to kill. Like, I realized that when I was watching it, she have like this impulse, like you could do little to nothing, and she would try to kill you. She always try to weaponize the family or the baby. Like, hey, I'm doing this for the family. I'm doing this for us. Where it seems like it's actually putting them in more and more trouble. The more people around them that turns up dead or attacked, the more eyes will be around them, you know. So, not to mention, she's actually fooling with one of the victim's stepson. So it's kind of crazy. She was all over the place. But yeah, at the end of that, Joe had to kill her and move on. Like, basically what he did. The next person, number 4, will be Delilah. Delilah and Joe was not really a thing, but they seemed like at one point when Joe and Love had broke up, they seemed like they could have been a thing. But the thing is, with Delilah, she had problems as well. The first problem would be that she had her sister to take care of, and she's also a journalist, which could be a problem within itself. You know, they like reporting on things that's happened, so she'll be snooping around, especially because Joe had killed the comedian. Because I forgot the comedian's name, but he killed him because of Delilah's past and because of her sister being around this guy. She always like her sex buddy, her friend with benefits is a cop who seems to be interested in her. That's a problem within itself. So she had problems. You know what I mean? Around, like, he had a lot of obstacles to go around. Not to mention that when she actually found out that he was, a killer. Actually, she didn't even find out. She found out, like, at that storage place, like, he built the cage, so she found that weird. Plus, she was snooping around about other things because the cop put it in her head that, hey, he probably is a killer. And with the cage, it kind of made it worse. So Joe had to lock her up, and not after a while, Love ended up killing her. So that's that. The next girl would be Natalie. Of course, Joe and Natalie was not a thing because Love made sure there was not a thing. But Natalie, it seemed she was interested in Joe because she was married to a rich man, yeah, he was rich, but he was I don't think he was home a lot. He was like into work a lot, so she would be home alone, and because of her stepson being like a college kid, he's hardly home, so she'll be home alone. And it got to a point that her and Joe almost did something, but Joe actually declined it. Although he wanted it, he declined. So when Love had found the next trophy that Joe had made, I don't know why he don't learn from his past mistakes, but Natalie ended up getting killed for it, even though they didn't do nothing yet. But there would have been a lot of obstacles even if she wasn't killed. One being the stepson, the next being the father, being like he's like, I think, what he do? I think it was technology. So he basically, where they was living, like, he had cameras everywhere. He had access. Like, he was doing a lot after her death. So imagine if she was cheating or something like that. He would have found out really quick, and Love would have found out quick, and with that, they both would have probably been dead. But I think that's basically the only obstacle she has. The only two obstacles, but and the other one being the worst one. They're neighbors, so that's not a good mix right there. The next person is Marianne. I think this is I think this fifth. I'm not sure. Either way, Marianne. Marianne, to me, I think was pretty good. I I liked Marianne. The problem was that she had a past, and that past it led to her baby father having full custody of a kid, and her baby father being a well-respected anchorman was kind of bad also. But Joe had to get rid of the father in order to be with Marianne. So he, you know how you get rid of his obstacles. He kills Marianne, baby daddy, and after that, he, when she found out that Joe was who he was because of love, she ran off. But when in season 4, when he went and he actually found her in London, she got terrified because love was already dead and everything like that. But he's right there looking at her, so she ended up realizing what love was saying was true. Not only that, she has a child, so the child will be first. And I don't think Joe would get jealous of that, but if she knows Joe is killer, she's not gonna risk her child. So all these things are obstacles, and this is why she would not be a good fit for Joe at the end of it. The next person is Kate. To me, I think Kate is the best love interest, and the reason why I think so is because after everything, she accepted Joe for who he was. He told her the whole story, and she covered basically everything up. So the way they met was kind of, well, they was kind of neighbors, but the more the show grew, the season go further, the more we learn about Kate. And Kate was no innocent girl either, but she was not like love. She was not like a killer, but she did things too in her past that probably allowed her to really accept Joe for who he was. And not only that, the fact that her father was actually a killer also, that probably got her to thinking like, hey, I already lived through this. Like, I grew up with a killer, so to actually be with a killer doesn't seem too bad. That's what I think, because when her father killed her friend's boyfriend, he was nonchalant about the whole thing. She confronted him like, hey, you the one who did this, right? He was like, yeah, it was me. So he was nonchalant about it, and when he revealed that he manipulated her whole life in order to get her where she is, meanwhile she was trying to get away from him, she was kind of devastated. So when Joe killed him, I don't think she really cared that much. I don't know if that was one of the things that he told her, but I think anybody will put two and two together. Like, even if she didn't, she knew that her father was trying to manipulate Joe with his past. So Joe ended up telling her the whole story, and at the end of it, she's still there. She's not only still there, she actually covered up his whole past. I think at the end of it, he still got his last name back, actually his whole name back. So he became Joe Goldberg again. So that's how much covering she did. And not only that, Kate has done terrible things herself, like to get her dad's approval. She had made a lot of kids sick. The kids had caught something, and they had got sick, and she basically did that. Well, she didn't get them sick on purpose, but what she was doing ended up getting the kids sick, and she was trying to have her like get her dad be or get her dad noticing her, basically. And around that time, she wasn't the Kate that we know now. She was just trying to get her dad's approval. Another thing is Kate didn't manipulate Joe, and same thing goes for Joe. Joe didn't manipulate Kate either. Their relationship seems to be a little bit it seemed to be a little bit like normal, should I say. It was a little bit normal, like how normal people get together, basically. No manipulation, nobody manipulated the situation. She seemed loyal. She haven't cheated on Joe at all. The relationship seems non-complex. It seems like it wasn't complicated at all. It seemed kind of, like I said, normal. The whole relationship seems just like two normal people, even though they kind of screwed up in a way. So the reason why I think Kate is the best love interest is because you know how you date somebody, but you kind of know, like, I got this vibe when it's like, even if Joe is hiding the fact that he's a killer, he's like, there's some things about him that you gotta realize. And living with a killer yourself, you're going to pick up on things, right? And not only that, there's people that's literally dying around you. As soon as her best friend's boyfriend died, she went straight to her father without hesitation. She knew that her father was behind it. So the same thing goes for Joe. I'm pretty sure she knew that deep down somewhere that Joe was probably responsible. Not only that, Joe showed her. Joe didn't manipulate her at all. He likes her for who she is, and I don't think she met somebody that liked her for who she is and haven't manipulated her like her dad. So basically, I think because of those things that it makes her wants to be with him, and because she accepts Joe for who he is, and not only that, she was a actual love interest in the season that caused Joe to actually really like her. I don't know. I think that's the case with them. I think that's what's basically keeping things going. Okay, it seems like they're pretty happy. Joe gets unlimited resources. He could cover up every killing very easily, and Kate gets somebody who will manipulate her and love her for who she is. The end.